Hello Aquarius, my name is Agatha and these are the predictions for November 2018. My email is dunyazade@gmail.com. So we are going to start with the astrology predictions. On the 7th of November 2018, there's a new moon at 15 degrees of Scorpio. In your case, it's going to happen in your 10th house and it's going to be in a trine with Neptune on your 2nd house, and it's sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in your 12th house. So this is a brand new start in your job, in your career, in your vocation, that in terms of money, you're going to be glad about it. So whatever new job, whatever new career, even a promotion that you have, the money that you're going to earn is going to make you happy. And also this new job or this new career or this change in your profession, again like a promotion, is going to allow for you to evolve, develop, and transform yourself. It could even be like an occult transformation, or a transformation even that is not visible to the others, even not visible to yourself, but it's going to allow for a transformation nonetheless. So this is positive. This is a positive new moon, I would say. This could also be a transformation in your public image. For instance, if you were with someone, you might be getting a divorce, and this will, change your finances in a way that will make you very happy. This will allow for also for an inner transformation. If you are single, maybe you're getting married. If you were not a parent, maybe you are becoming a parent. And whatever transformation it is, it's very positive for you. It could also be, something like, for instance, you were studying to be a doctor, and then finally you are becoming a doctor, and people are seeing that transformation, and they'll start calling you by your new title. Okay, for instance, that could be another way of this new moon unfolding. Then on the 23rd of November 2018, there's a full moon at 0 degrees of Gemini. And it's going to happen in your 5th house. This is not a very good positive full moon. Of course, this is going to be different from person to person. Why do I say this? Because it's going to be squaring Mars in Pisces in your 2nd house, and it's going to be opposing Jupiter in Sagittarius in your 11th house. And this Jupiter is also squaring Mars in your 2nd house. So this is a T-square, and a mutable T-square. So it's going to make you nervous, I would say. So for some of you, it's something. Jupiter expands the good and the bad. So for some of you, it's going to expand good things. For others, it's going to expand bad things. So I don't know which one is it. Okay. So for some of you, with the full moon on the 5th house, there's a new love. Maybe you're seeing someone casually, and then you decide to, become a boyfriend and girlfriend. This new love interest might come from your group of friends, or might have been introduced to you by a friend. You might be spending a lot of money with this boyfriend or girlfriend, or you feel that your values are being challenged by this boyfriend or girlfriend, somewhat challenged. If it's not that, I mean, you already were with someone, but there's like the end of a relationship, either because you're spending way too much money with this person, or again, your self-esteem and your values, that thing, your self-worth, was being challenged by him or her, and until you just had enough and you just broke it off. For others, you are coming together, you with your boyfriend and girlfriend with a common objective, a common goal, a common dream. And you're going to have to spend money on that. For others, it could be that you just found out, or are going to find out, that you are pregnant, or your spouse is pregnant, or there's a birth of a new baby. Okay, maybe this was a long-held dream. For some of you, this could be your 3rd child. For some of you, it could be your 3rd child. And if that's the case, I'm going to give you this as an example, Aquarius, because I like to give all sorts of examples. This 3rd child somehow was born in order to help the 1st child. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say your 1st child, I really hope that's not the case, This is just an example. Let's say your first child has some sort of condition, an illness like leukemia, and you tried everything, and you tried, to find someone who's compatible, but no one was compatible, and your kid might die. So you decide, we are going to have another child, and I would say the third, in order to see if this child can save the life of our first child. I saw that in the news years and years and years ago. I think people still might do it. I'm thinking for some of you it might be that, and it's gonna cost you a lot of money. So maybe there's like fertility problems, and you had to spend a lot of money in order either for you to get pregnant, or your spouse or partner to get pregnant, or you needed to hire someone. How do you say this? A womb mother, how do you say this? Like another person, another woman, in order to carry your biological child. Maybe you can't, or your spouse can't, and you had to spend money on someone to carry your child, so that your child, when he or she is born, might save the life, for instance, of your first child. I don't know why this popped into my head, but I just decided to tell you. For some of you, it could be that this, and whatever it is, it's you're going to spend money for this, and this has health reasons. Okay, this is for health reasons. What else? The fifth house is also the house connected with gambling. So taking a chance. For instance, you bet like on the stock market, and you took a risk, for instance, on the stock market or in cryptocurrency. And some of you are going to win big around the 23rd of November. Others, not so much. Others might lose money. So be careful with that. What else? The fifth house is also the house connected with creativity. So you might decide to take a course finally on something that in which you always had an interest, which was always appealing to you. Let's say that you always wanted to learn about, I don't know, how to draw, and you decide to take local classes on how to draw. Again, this is going to cost you money. This is going to cost you money. If it's not that, you are ending a creative activity because you need to pay for it, and it's just you don't have the money, and you are saving for a goal. Let's say that you need to save to buy yourself your own house. I'm just giving you this as an example, okay? You want to buy your own house, or you're saving for the college of your kid. Maybe your kid is going to go into college, I don't know, 7 years from now, something like that, and you just decide, okay, I'm going to save money for that. I'm going to start now, and whatever expense that you have, you just cut it. So maybe you had an expense that had to do with making you feel good, helping you feel good, something creative. And you just decide to cut it because you need to save money for something that you want to buy or do further down the line. Others, it's the end of a creative project. Maybe you finish up writing a book and you're revising it, or maybe you even hire someone to review your book, and it might be a lot of money, and you might not be very happy with the work that they do. They might stall doing the work. It's a flappy job, and you feel that you've been cheated because you paid a lot of money. The book was not reviewed properly, something like that. Okay? So there's many different ways of reading this lunation, Aquarius. Now we're going to go to the other part of the reading, which is the other part of the reading, which is the card reading, and I'm using the Chronicles of Destiny fortune cards. Again, my email is dunyazade@gmail.com. So this is not tarot, this is not Lenormand, this is a different divinatory system, and this is called the story spread. The first card that you get is connected with the subject. What is the theme for you in November 2018, Aquarius? And you got conflict. There's going to be conflict in November 2018. And what will be the source of that conflict? And that is told by the three cards below. And so for some of you, the astrology reading might make a bit more sense, while for others, the card reading might make a bit more sense. Another thing that I didn't mention in the astrology reading is that you might have conflict with a child connected with his or her learning, university studies, and money spending. Okay, and this also comes up in the card reading. So the second card that you get is Lady Summer. So this card speaks of a celebration, yes, something reaching a a peak was reached, and you're very happy. If this card is connected with timing, it speaks of June, July, and August. So whatever happened in June, July, and August is going to come up again in November, and it will be a source of conflict for those of you who live in the northern hemisphere. For those of you who live in the southern hemisphere, the summer, it's not June, July, and August. So adapt to your own time. I don't know when your summer is, but something is happening now in November something which is a conflict, and this conflict will come up again in your summer for those who live in the southern hemisphere. Okay, the next card is the Enchanted Emporium, and this card is connected with learning, higher knowledge, going to university, learning something new, learning a new skill. And these are two very good cards. So you're celebrating the fact that either you got into college, or I would say someone young got into college. Someone is learning a new skill. Okay, but there's conflict. Why is there conflict? I'm telling you, the next card tells you why. It's the interlude. Interlude speaks of taking a break, taking a pause, resting, and taking a time out. There's someone in your midst, and I would say a child, your child, a grandson, a granddaughter, maybe a younger brother or a sister or sibling, someone young, and he or she is telling you that they're taking a break from studying, from going to university. So you're very happy in June, July, or August when you got the news that your kid got into university, and that let's say your kid, and that was after lots and lots of studying, lots and lots of hard work. But then in November, this kid is telling you, I'm taking a time out. So for some of you, this is happening in November, even October. For others, this will happen in your summer. For those who live in the south hemisphere, let's say your kid, you live in Australia, okay? I don't know when your summer is. And your kid comes to you and says, I'm thinking of quitting college. And then you tell your kid, okay, just finish this year, and then come to me again after you finish that first year. And they will come to you, and maybe they'll tell you, I don't want to go back to college anymore because I want to do something else. I want to volunteer in Malaysia. I don't know, something like that. I want to start a rock band. I want to be a musician. If it's not a kid in your life, it could even be you. You're so happy because you're celebrating something, the fact that you got accepted into college, but then you decide to take a break. Why? And these conflicts are probably inner conflicts, because maybe you can't keep up with work and studying, and maybe you have your family to take care of, and it's just too much. And maybe your family is in conflict with you because you're never around, because you have to do these many things. So it could be that as well. So if there's a child that wants to take a break, there's going to be conflict about that. So these cards can be read in many different ways. Okay, Aquarius. So that's it, Aquarius. This is the reading that I have for you for November 2018, and I really do hope you have a great month. Bye bye.